Okay, so today we're technically reviewing two things, but they're basically the same thing, and you'll see why. Or you've read the title. So first of all, we're going to have this little bumblebee, which is questionable, but we'll get into it. And that came in a 2-pack with this. This is apparently Mo Malto. Malto being the family name, Mo being the first name. Her name is Mo. Is it short for like Maureen? You know what? Forget it. Now she's Maureen. Because Mo is a stupid name. That's the most annoying character in the whole show, and trust me, there's competition. But these come as a little 2-pack. And before we get too much into it, we're going to review the other set, or we're going to bring the other set in. So here we have, well, you know what? Let's do this one first. This is Robbie Maltro. Robbie probably being short for Robert. Robbie is not my cup of tea, but at least it's a real name. And he is another dude in a mech suit. We'll have a look at these individually soon. My favourite of this entire set, I don't care what you say, is Twitchimus Prime. It's not, it's just Twitch. You know, the tiny little feminine drone thing. That, for some reason, they've made an absolute beef bus. It looks like Hot Rod turned into the Winnebago. You know, like the nice front of Hot Rod, the nice little sports car, and then it suddenly just turns into a Winnebago at the back. This thing's hilarious. I'm sorry, I know it's probably like not everyone's cup of tea or anything like that, but this just tickles me ever so. You know, you got these giant turbines at the front and these two teeny tiny little ones at the back. It just tickles me, okay? My Twitch is packed up. There's one step behind me. Bear with me 1 second. So, this kind of thing. Yeah, little, small, tiny, dainty. And they turned into... Now people say, oh, that looks awful, that looks stupid, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this whole set is technically stupid. But I'm here for... And this is a dirty word in Transformers. This is a dirty, dirty word. So, let me just, excuse my foul language. I'm here for fun. I'm here to enjoy myself. I haven't got the light on. There we go. But this is Twitch. This is what Twitch looks like. These are clearly the legs. These are the arms. And that big hollow thing that you can kind of see underneath. So it's not rocket science how this one transforms, but we'll put her over there. This is a bumblebee. It's got a giant hinge across the windscreen, which is a bit... It's not good, is it? But I guess you could class it as like a roll cage or something. You won't be able to see where you're going, but I guess it's a roll cage. Other than that, it's a nice enough little car. You know, it's got a bit of a weird thing on top, but you'll come to understand that later. The fat back is okay, and it's got a combiner port on the back. This one's got one just there at the front. So, if anyone's ever had the joyous experience of Transformers Energon, you might know where this is going. So we've looked at the two actual Transformers. I guess we should look at these things. Let's look at the one I hate the least. Okay, so this is Robbie. And he's in a reasonably chunky, kind of beefy little robot dude. There's a little human head inside, which is upsetting, but fine. And he's got these giant tank tread feet, which are quite cool. Back of the legs are a bit hollow, back of the arms. Other than that, it's not bad. And he comes with a weapon, which is stored on the back. Well, I'll just pop it into his hand. And it is this ginormous pseudo-Megatron cannon. I mean, that thing's huge. It's bigger than his arm. You know, there's a ball joint in the shoulder. There's an elbow there. There's another hinge there you might see, but that's for transformation. Universal joint in and out there. And a quite stiff bend at the knee. These don't have the most articulation, but it's kind of for a reason. Let's look at Maureen. Maureen. That's Doreen, isn't it? Sorry. Right. Only fools and horses. Sorry. She looks like this. She's got a little sword, which doesn't like to peg in very well. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. Here she is. She's got little clear wings, because it's like made of energy. Ooh, isn't it the power of imagination? Yay. Really spindly little arms. Ugly, awful little head on that awful, terrible character. Like the bodies aren't even the same. If you notice, like the chest plates and stuff are different. They've made an effort. Legs are quite skinny. It's not bad. It's got stuff on the back, but you could say those are jet engines or something. If you want to be charitable, these are on hinges and stuff. They will turn because that's basically just pegged in. You can take those off if you want. Hey, look, a combiner port. Hey, look, a combiner port. Yeah. Oh, and she comes with this, which technically would be cool if it wasn't one of the most hollow things I've ever seen in my life. And it's got a hinge on the handle, which I'm not sure why. I don't know what that's for, but I guess we'll stick it in her hand and put her in the corner for a minute and make her think about what she's done. Bad Maureen. Go over there. Naughty. Let's transform these two. So I guess we'll start off with Bumblebee. And they're quite simple transformations. They are. So we're going to come to the side here. And get this panel and we're going to wiggle it. So this giant tab here comes out of a slot there. Do the same on this side. And the legs do the heavy lifting in this. So this panel will rotate around and this giant tab peg will go into the hubcap. Go into there. Same on this side. Into there. And we'll get this entire thing on the giant obvious hinge and it will unpeg. There are tabs here and slots under there. Bring that over and these two tabs go into this slot. We will turn it over. Yeah. Get these huge panels, rotate them down and into place. Down, into place. Split the legs without splitting all that. Come on, don't give the game away. Rotate down the arms. There we go. Sorry, things were not quite in place. Rotate down the arm. Then we need to bring out this panel and flip out the head. And this is where it gets hard because what you have to do is push the back. And this is quite stiff. You know what? Give me a second. I've actually got some WD-40. Don't want to put too much. Come on, just a little. Just a snippet. Just a snippet. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just shh. Gentle. Okay. Push. Come on. There we go. Get that out. Fold it up. Now we have Bumblebee in rower mode. And it's not like the most exciting Bumblebee you've ever seen in your life, but he's chunky. Like, you don't think he's going to break. He's really chunky. Arms on a ball joint, over 90-degree bend on the arm, same thing, a universal joint, and 90-degree bend on the leg. You know what? It's not the most exciting thing in the world. But it's okay, it's cool, it's neat. This is all a bit... And if this isn't locked together properly, these will try and move. Same on all of them, really. But he's acceptable. He's, like kid's first Bumblebee or something. He's acceptable. Just remembered I didn't do size comparison, so we'll just use Twitch. And there's 86 blur. So she's kind of deluxe-ish. Okay? Kind of deluxe-ish. Transformer. Okay. So we're going to untab the arms. There's a little tab there. It goes into a slot in the forearm there. Bring this around to the side. Lock it into place. Untab there. Bring it around. Lock it into place. Get everything out of the way. We come here and we're going to extend. And basically, see this pin here? See that pin there? There's a double hinge. So we're going to double hinge that over and force it into place. Soft tabs into place. Flip down these little feet. Fold back these. Stand it up. Split the leg. Fold all this down until it locks in. There's a little slot there. There's a little tab here. Lock into place. And flip up the head. And there is, and you can adjust these to your preference, There is Twitch. Not the worst looking robot mode I've ever seen, but it does kind of look like she's holding her breath. And I have no idea why. Genuinely don't. Looks really awkward. Legs, quite nice. Back, not too bad. About the same as everyone else. You know, elbow band, ball joint, same universal joint, same 90-degree band. She looks alright. Honestly, she looks okay. So we'll get a little group shot of everyone. Bring them all in. Bad Maureen. Very bad. Why are you trying to knock Twitch over? Bad Maureen. Bad. There we go. I just take a picture on this. I forgot. That one. There we go. Size comparison. Let's bring in Speedier Blur. So they're all good deluxes. Good deluxe size. Okay. Is that where we stop this? No, because these are called the Cyber Combiners. Yeah, they combine. And Maureen's going out of her way to get on my nerves today. Bad Maureen. So these are originally supposed to be in these teams. That's how they set them up. So we will sadly do the humans first, which means I've got to get these two into their lower half modes, like the old Transformers Energon. This video is going to be a bit longer, sorry. So, we're going to get Bumblebee, we're going to fold up his arms, we're going to flip down this panel, we're going to fold his head in, close it back up, and we're going to rotate the arms back. There's all this on that pin there, and there's a little tab sticking out the top which slots into there. This little slot tab, you didn't even see that in vehicle mode, did you? You thought it was some sort of support for all this. They're clever, very clever. Right, get to there, and then what you want to do is fold up the little feet, I say the whole shin really, and get this whole back piece here and rotate it through. And rotate it through. Now, I don't look at instructions, so when I first saw this, I was like, oh, well, these must be the legs, because that looks far more like a foot. But no, that's the back of the leg. This is the front. That's how it. Because these are directional, you can't combine them any other way. Unfortunate. Should we do? Let's do Maureen, I guess. Take a little sword off her. Bad Maureen. Stop it. Bring the camera up a little bit because this is going to get big. Right, we're going to fold up a little toesy woesies. Fold up a little toesy woesies. And the arms, there's this tab here. I'm going to get the wing out of the way and on both sides. There's that there. And I think it's supposed to go into this little notch in the arm. Bring it back, adjust it so that goes in. Then fold the hand over at that. So if her arm was in there, it's now broken. Which I'm a fan of. Bad Maureen. Snap. Okay. I'm going to fold down this little chest panel, flip her head in so you don't have to stare at that monstrosity anymore. And I guess I'm going to just fold the wings up, just so they're neat and tidy and out of the way. Again, you can adjust all this to your preference. It's one of those kind of things. And we're going to get this, we're going to flip it upside down, and we're going to slam it on top there using the combinatory gubbins. There we go. And then we're just going to split the crotch. Ouch. Make sure the camera's up enough for you to see this. Bring this down. While you do it, there's a little bit of Automorphy gubbins. And that flips over the top. You bring the arms down. And the bottom of the feet, there are these little moulded hands. You bend the knees forward. Ouch. And you give it the sword. Now, part of the crotch, there's actually a swivel, so you can bring these forward, which, you know what, it's something I wasn't expecting. You know, the arm will still turn with the hip in and out, so you've actually got quite a bit of articulation there. And that is what combined Maureen looks like. Not really a fan. Let's do the Twitch Robbie combining. Right, so we're going to fold these arms up, and there's a little notch there. Make sure this is out of the way. And I don't know where it's supposed to go, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in the arm region. I don't know. We're just going to do that. We're going to fold this up. We're going to leave it like that. You're going to get this, fold it up, bend it, shove it back, and just hope for the best. Sure, go like that. Fine, no problem. Go there. I'm going to flip down the head to reveal the port. Make sure these things are out of the way. Shh. And what we do with her is we actually come to the back here, and there's a little lip. We flip out these ginormous shoes, which fold around and peg into the bottom of the toes. Because remember, kids, whenever a combining robot wants to get bigger, you don't actually make the legs stronger to reinforce for the weight. No. You just give it bigger shoes. Because these hips that were designed to carry this weight are obviously supposed to carry twice the weight while being more powerful. Japanese robots got a lot to answer for. Right, we'll take this gun off, we'll put it there for now. Okay, so we're going to hold that, flip his little head inside, close it up, fine. We are going to, Bumblebee style, double hinge this back. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this little hinge there, and there's a little hooked tab there, ever so gently. We're actually going to fold this over like that. Do this again. You might want to do this first, but whatever. I'm going to fold it this way, so it's like he's trying to tickle his old tummy. And we're going to rotate this back. And now there's a tab sticking out here by this port. And they should lock onto that. They don't lock, but it's a good way to say they're sitting in the right place. Okay? We're going to flip up the front tank tread feet. And look, moulded in hands. And I'm going to flip him upside down. Slam him on top of Twitch. Separate the crotch. Ouch. Fold it down. And there he is. And bend the knees forward. Ouch. And now you can give him the giant cannon. Or if you want, you can try and plug it into one of his hands and have it as an over-shoulder thing. But it's not ideal. Just stick it in the hand. And there they are in their two robot modes. Okay. Bring back in Speedia. So they are now getting on towards like leader scale. Have I got a leader handy? I got dinosaur mode Grimlock. Okay, they're not that big. They're good Voyagers. Move this out of the way. But you can do it the other way around. You know, you can just take these off and plug them onto the other ones. It's the exact same connection, so we'll do that quickly just for the sake of doing it. Then you have the more slender feminine female top and body together. If that looks better to you. Personal preference. You can slam this together and maybe that looks a bit more chunky to you. It's all personal preference. What I prefer to do is take these two and throw them away. Or just leave them together. So I'll take this off. And you can just transform them as they are while connected. So I'll do this quickly for this one. We'll just flip it over just to show that you can. So you go over the way, you close up. You've got to make sure it's actually locked together properly. Flip the tank tread out. Tank tread out, come on. You do the same thing as Twitch. You come underneath, you flip out the foot, peg it in. Come on, flip out the foot, peg it in, straighten these out, bring it up. We need to fold the whole foot thing on Bumblebee back and back. And then you split the crotch. Ooh. And you get a bigger Bumblebee head, but this whole panel thing, you know, the spoiler thing on the car mode, comes over to cover up his car mode. And I actually think that looks alright. It's very Energon. Very Energon. But it's not bad. Yeah, big hole in the back, mind. But it's alright. Should I do that with Twitch? Fine. You can still give him the cannon and everything. I'm just speeding through this, okay? It's been like 20 minutes already. Alright, come on, Maureen. You're a bad person, Maureen. Nobody likes you. Flip this over the top. Lock it together. Make sure it's locked together. Come on. Come on, Maureen. Lock together. There we go. Flip it over. Bring it down. Flip out the feet. It's only Bulby who's got the different feet. Everyone else does this whole extra shoe gubbins. Bulby's got the different ones. Okay, do that. Split this, bring it down. And I forgot to move her extra shoes, so give me a second. Fold those up. Fold the toe up. Look, its arms. Come on. Make sure those folded up. And there is Twitch is the top of the body. She looks a bit scraggly, bit skinny, bit weedy. So she's not ideal, but you know. And because of this, you can just cross the two of them. You can do them whichever way you want. So give me a second, and I will get these into other robot modes. So there's one way of doing it, and these look so much better together. These look better together, but because she's so slim, it's better one way than the other. So again, let me just go and do these the other way. Bear with me. If I can pause the video. Okay, and there we go. So I think that's probably the best way of doing this one. I mean, Bulby's arms are far too big, but he makes a better torso. It's one of those weird things. Like I would happily have. I mean, this is fine, and you can still give him the weapons. I just haven't been doing it because I've been transforming them too much. And because it's these two together, you can give them both the weapons. It's alright. The thing is, I would have happily taken the entire line as these if they'd have kept releasing these in 2 packs. You know, giving us give us the Decepticons. Give me a Skull Cruncher and a what's called a Swindle. I'd have bitten your arm off for a Skull Cruncher and a Swindle. You're still making these figures. You're still pumping out the Earthspark series. Hasbro, whoever, carry these on. Give us the Decepticons. I don't care if you give me a 2-pack of like Skywarp and Thundercracker or whoever you're trying to Slipstream, whoever you're trying to make popular. I don't care. Give me all the Decepticons. Give me all these as these Power Combiner guys. These are Energon Combiner guys. I'll take them. I'll gladly take them. Because this brings me back to Energon. Energon was awesome. The problem you had is you pumped them in with these guys that no one wanted. You know, no one wanted Robbie or Maureen. No one wanted them. And that's where you fell apart. If you're just selling these guys, you'd have made a mint. So, make more of these guys. Re-release Twitch in the green colour as Spitfire. Tweak Bumblebee into Breakdown. There you go, you got another set, a Decepticon set. I'd take that. I'd happily take that. Do you see where I'm going with this, Hasbro? Please, do me a favour, please. Make more of these guys and send them to me. I'll review them for you. I'll give them a glowing review as long as they're good. Or you pay me. Would you? It's not going to happen, so I can joke. Right, I'm out. So, do you want a size comparison just in case? Whatever. There you go. They're at least Voyager. They're quite cool. I prefer these guys. And they are... Shh, don't like the swearing, but they're fun. Okay, gotta go. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one. When I get hold of Phoenix, try and climb on top of him and use his wheelchair, if he's got it still, to move around at a higher speed. Now that just sounds really creepy, doesn't it? Sorry, Phoenix, we'll not do that. Bye-bye then.